This is another tub that needs to be replaced because it had cracks in it. And hey, you're back with me. Good to have you with me. This is another tub that needs to be replaced because it had cracks in it, and we're going to replace the tub surround also. You can see where they patched it, but patches held for a while because they didn't use it. They had a branch in it weighed 200 pounds or something, and which is not to numb 260. I think what we'll find when we take this apart is that something leaked, caused the areas that is supposed to be supported by styrofoam and then floor. That floor is going to be rotted or damaged by something, and we'll see. So what we're going to do is start taking all this apart. We'll take the covers off of the trim and set that aside. Try to keep this trim here. It's going to be very hard not to break it, but generally we can pull this off. If you guys are doing this with your own stuff, please be careful because this stuff has cut me before, and I have tough hands. So be careful because it will cut you. So what we're going to do is we'll do these things taking off the tub surround. We'll show you that after we're done it, because it's nothing special to learn there. Just be careful not to cut your hands, and it's glued on, so it'll be lots of fun. Alright, so we took this off and all the pieces, and very carefully, you might want to, in this case I've actually pulled the trim loose so it wouldn't break that trim. It's got a wallpaper border on it. I didn't want to move that trim, so as to tear up the border. I could, but I don't want to. One of the things I didn't tell you guys, and I was telling Clay along the way, whenever you go to pull that discussion ring off, you got to remember that inside that knob is a clip. In the middle of that is a clip that covers a screw that holds in right there. So you want to pop that out with like something sharp and pop that ring out, that little cover over, and then pull the screw out. And then what I normally do is take that knob and put that screw inside. So in this case he actually went and got it. So it's sitting inside there so that it won't go anywhere. And then I put the screws where I can find them. When it comes to the downspout here, channel locks, although they do make channel locks that have real smooth right here so they don't scar up, really pretty chrome. So when you go to grabbing that, if it's real tight, what you might do is wrap a rag around it and then use your channel locks. And once you get it started, you can back it off. So you may have to do that. Just be careful, don't score up your own drain, because you have to buy another drain. That's another $15–20 plus the time to go get it. So now, what this used to, this is the original tub, and this is the original surround from the factory, and they glued onto it, which is fine. They've actually put wallpaper on it. The original trim was metal, or might have been plastic, but most likely metal. Somewhere in there they transitioned to plastic to save money. And if you see that ring, that edge right there, that was where that metal covered, and it had screws that held it covered over the edge, and then you caulked the top of it, and constantly caulked. Usually collected a lot of dirt there, just like this would if it was on its own, but it looked better than having the screws that hold the tub exposed. But then they took that off and they put a tub surround right over the top of it instead of relying on this. So what we're going to do next is pull the screws out that hold it. Let's put Phillips screws in places, and then we'll pull this cover off and probably pull the trim here, and over here, so we don't break that. And I'll get with you then what we're doing next. Hey, so we took all the screws loose. We pulled this little fake wall here. Managed to scratch the wallpaper a little bit. Not much I could do. I'd like to reuse the wall after pulling the shag carpet off, but she has requested to take that off and put something else. The next would be to take out the drain. A lot of times you can only get under there and reach up there and hold the nut. And then you have a little tool like this, which is what they call a dumbbell, as I recall. It has two different sides. This one's actually gotten broke. It's been with me a long time. One, and it sticks down in that cross hatch of the drain. And you stick it in there, and then you notice that hole right here? You can put a screwdriver in there. And then you can literally turn it. Or you can grab another pair of channel locks and try to turn it too. But a screwdriver will hold it if they can get a pair of channel locks and turn. A lot of times there's no room under there to do that. In this case, we were able to reach under there and twist it without actually having any issue with the drain moving. So now we're going to lift up the other side from the drain up the wall and stand it up on its end and carry it outside. Okay, this is a little strange. It had a wood frame to hold, and they were counting on this particle board that was fiberglassed in to give it support. Part of the problem was because this drain, which happens, leaked, the moisture got to all that particle board around it, and then that caused that area to break. And then the other was where that corner there, and then right here, you notice this area here is not supported, and this all got rotted, this particle board. And then this area here didn't have anything there anymore because all this got rotted out by particle board. So the support, even though it's elevated, the support was rotted and didn't work out. So again, when you have a crack in your tub, that's because the support underneath it has given out, whatever design. This is one I haven't seen before. And I've been around it for 30-something years, taking these things apart. Okay, so she ordered this one from Lowe's, and so we got to pull a little piece of rubber off there. And it has, this could support itself. So it's nowhere near the same issues. They, all this would never, even if the floor gave out, it would never be an issue for this. These legs are adjustable. You need to adjust them up and down. So it'll be tight fit, but it's a 30 wide, 54 long with a right hand. So now we got to do the hard part, is get it in there and put it in place.